think that there's anything else Congress should be doing to promote and protect the rights of girls?
I think Congress should be doing everything to promote the rights of girls. We always say that girls should be at the forefront of all foreign policy decisions just because there is so much potential there, and girls are the next generation of leaders. But specifically, I think there's a number of bills constantly that, throughout multiple sessions of Congress, so in the 113th session, 114th session, there are bills to protect girls' rights against violence and against trafficking, to support their education. And it's really up to Congress to prioritize that. I think they have a lot on their plates, a lot of issues to deal with, and sometimes domestic issues take priority over issues related to foreign policy, but the more they can allocate funds towards USAID and the Department of State to prioritize programs for girls' rights, the better we'll all be for having that.
What sort of challenges has Girl Up dealt with in the past and presently?
Yeah, this is a question that I think I struggled with the most, and that's because I do think Girl Up is great at evolving. I think we started as a very small team that thought we're only going to focus on American teenagers, and realized quite quickly that isn't the direction we necessarily want to be going. We're a global movement of change makers. So, making sure that we changed our messaging this year with the new website to speak about how it's not just U.S. teens taking action, it's girls and boys all over the world taking action. And I think we've also realized that as much as girls are the central mission and the core of us, we've seen that increasingly older, college students, young professionals also feel really passionately about giving back for girls. So making sure that we're not being super exclusionary of other supporters. And also just really making sure that all of you have that direct link to the UN, because the UN can be this big, daunting body that nobody quite understands how it works. And even I've taken a lot of tours of the UN, and I still every time have lots of extra questions. But we really have learned over the years that we can't keep that information hidden from you all, because you're very savvy and you value that information. So the more we can, be clear in how the UN works and how we work and where the money is going, the better we are as a campaign.
Lastly, has there ever been any opposition from any type of authority, domestically or internationally?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's active opposition. There have been challenges in the field, if you will. Certainly the Ebola crisis was a hard blow for us, because it was difficult to get funding to Liberia, and it was difficult for Liberia to prioritize girls' education and rights when they're dealing with this huge health crisis. And of course, you always deal a little bit with the politics of Washington and certain, both sides of the aisle, certain politicians feeling like it's not in their best interest to support the work that we're doing. But I think what we try to stress with all the students and with all the supporters is just to persevere, because so often just building those relationships and feeling comfortable enough to call up your congressman or to schedule a meeting, whether or not you have a specific bill you want to talk about, is super important, because we're all human beings in the end, and there are ways to work through any issues.
Thank you.